The issue starts when we start saying to our kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And what we're actually saying to them isn't an answerable question, because it's actually two.
Sure.
It's what do you want that gives you contribution and fulfillment and provides value to the greater community? And that's a very important question. And there's a second one, which is what can you do to make sure that you're financially okay, not only today, but in the future as well? And we blend that question together so we have fantastic, passionate people who go out to become accountants, or lawyers, or doctors, or engineers, because that's the sensible thing to do. Is it sensible because that's where their contribution truly lies, or is it because we think that that'll be the easiest path from a financial point of view? So for me, the education of our kids starts in 2 points. One, it says, what are you passionate about? I believe we should be valuable members of society. Where do you want your contribution to be? And if where the child is not, where their contribution isn't something that is financially that secure, then we say, well, okay, so what else can we do to make sure you're financially okay? So I think that's the first part that we look at with educating our kids. And then secondly, then we've got to go and show them that the game is, as fast as we can, to not to rely on the income that your job, career, or profession provides you. So the game of money, or understanding financial literacy, says let's make sure that we make measurable progress in reasonable time to not needing that income from our job. Because the faster you do that, the faster you can live your life on purpose. So how do you do that? We then go money principle 1. Part of every dollar you earn, from the very first dollar you make, is not only for you today, it's also for the future you, the you who doesn't want to have to work for income. Money lesson number 1. Money lesson number 2 is how do you then live within your means on what remains? How do you then make sure that you know how to budget, if you like, how to save for holidays, save for your first deposit for your house, your car, and the like? And then how do you protect yourself, and then how do you get your money working for you? So for me, there's 4 elements in that. But generally, when I hear conversations around financial literacy, it is around how do we budget or how do we manage our money? And for me, that's a purposeless cycle.
Do you think that that could be because of the constraints of the education system that exists, that it's not in their best interest to think about what they do as a career in that terms? And what I mean by that is the education system that exists today is geared towards maths and science and getting a real job. That's what it's geared to, which is almost counteractive to what you're trying to suggest, which is we do what's fulfilling. I mean, we're not taught that at school. Do you think that that's why financial literacy at the level you're talking about is omitted from any sort of curriculum at any school?
It's a very interesting question. I think my observation has been that very, very few people actually understand that they are playing a game of money. They don't even understand that the game is to reduce their reliance on earned income. And so it isn't even at the level of awareness. They actually think they're doing the best thing for our children. I think our educators honestly believe they're doing the best thing for our children. But the challenge is it's an abysmal failure at 2 levels. The first is when you look at the dissatisfaction people have with their careers and the midlife crisis and the career change, and the fact they talk about our kids are going to have, at least 4 main career changes at the part where they are now, is testimony to the fact that we have to equip our kids better to not go, what do I want to be when I grow up, but to say, where is my contribution today, and let's make sure that my money is handled differently. And I think the second side of it is that the 4% to become financially secure, who know the game, they're not getting that from school. They're getting that from parents or family, where they're learning that element needs to be taken care of. Because the 4% understand that the vast majority of people, after over 40 years in the workforce, are not financially secure. So at what level is our education actually working? You know, we actually have to change that conversation whereby children can do what is they truly get satisfaction out of, and secondly, know that over time they become financially secure.